I'm Piano Man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Yeah. Welcome to the long run with an honest tongue. Justified, opinionated when the topic comes. Don't give a piss about nothing but tide. Honey bee on my mind and I keep that pride. Stroke still strong, last name long. Roll tide, roll where the truth belong. West Virginia born, working hard in my soul. Still got that steel town grin and I take control. F them trees, yeah I said it loud. Go Steelers too, got the whole room proud. Love that college game, love that Friday light. Love them real world problems and we talk all night. We bring that fire gumbo daily. Stir it up, don't play me. Bishop on the forge by fire away. JB got the whole room crazy. LaToya in the mix, can't tame it. Twist to keep the freight line moving. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I'm Piano Man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Well, here we are. We're going to try this one more time. Welcome to the show. It's me. I'm your boy. What's left of him anyway? It's Piano Man here on this Tuesday morning on Talk Tuesday. Good morning to each of you. We're going to do something a little different today, but I'm going to let you know it's still going to be fire. And
Hold on, guys. It froze a little bit. Never mind my background. I'm in the gym, so hey, I'll hold y'all tight until he get back. What's going on, Steven, Jeff, Victoria, all the people? Let's see if Piano Man's back now.
okay, we're going to try this again. I see the smoking crew is present. Okay, I magically appear, just like Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious. Yeah, I just froze up, Jeff. I mean, this is a brand new computer. It's spanking brand new. I mean, like, it's not supposed to do this. It's not supposed to do this. But I guess they just don't make them like they used to. But I'm not complaining. I'm here. Now, I was about to say we're going to do something a little bit different, okay? For those of you that missed out on yesterday, their Discord was jumping like nobody's business yesterday. That's just the bottom line. That Discord was jumping yesterday. And I really believe it may take a while for it better hurry up and start being a fast learner there, William Bryant. I ain't got time for no I don't have time to break in something else. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, but for those of you that were in the Discord yesterday, you must admit that was something like, that was something special yesterday. And I think we broke some type of record for how long we stayed, because when I got off the Discord yesterday, I got a Friday computer. It's acting more like it's easy like Sunday morning. That, from back around 1977. But back to what I was saying, for those of you that were in the Discord yesterday, you have to admit that a fire conversation. There was some fire dialogue from everybody that came in. I got to say, Lady Latoya, Bishop, Double A, JB, Ken, the Bama fan, those that were engaging. We had Alpha Roo that came through and everything. That chat was jumping. And when we got off of there, I mean, we were on there. We were on there for hours. Some would leave and come back, and we were still in the Discord. And that's what was happening. Jeff was in there yesterday. I can't call all of the names because, believe it or not, y'all, I was driving. Until I finally got somewhere, and then I had other things going, and we were just still in the Discord. We were still there. Yes, 4 hours straight that Latoya was on. And even after Latoya got off, we were still going. I want to say, and I'm not trying to exaggerate, but I want to say we were actually on the Discord for at least Cool Breeze. Okay, that's Cool Breeze. Cool. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff was Cool Breeze. Cool Breeze stayed in there the whole time. Jeff was in there the whole time. So this is what we're about. This is what we're going to start doing. We're going to spend some time. We're going to spend some time here we're going to spend some time here on the set, but we're also going to spend time in the Discord. I sent a message in the Discord. This is why I tell you all, check the Discord. There's some things going on in the Discord that sometimes you miss because you don't check it. I asked last night how many would be willing that we spent more time, especially now because we're not in the season, that we split some time between here and the Discord. Basically, everybody was down with it. And so we're going to spend some time in the Discord. So this is what's about to happen. We're going to stay on here for a few more minutes, but we're going to the Discord because I want to hear your voice until I get something set up here. And it's not going to take the place of the Discord. It's just going to enhance the Discord, okay? But we're going to do I'm about to do some things over on this end that's going to enhance here as well as be an extension of the Discord, because we do want to hear your voice. We want to hear what you have to say, not just what me and the Gumbo Chefs are talking about, but we want to hear from the crew. We want to hear from the smoking crew. We want to hear from the drinking crew. We want to hear from the we don't give a piss crew. We want to hear from all the crews, and we want to hear from folks that's not in the crew. Okay, and the fun part about it is that nobody's right, nobody's wrong. You just have an opinion. Okay, and just like we told Jones yesterday, hey, get on in there. Get on in there. Come on, get on in there. Make it happen, Captain. Get on in there. And don't just be quiet. Everyone's opinion counts, okay? And like we said, no right, no wrong opinion. It's just an opinion, and it's how you see it. And just because one person sees it one way and you don't agree and everything, that doesn't make them wrong and you right and them wrong. It makes just you all see things differently. And I think that once we can dialogue like that, I think we're going to be okay. All right. So, Governor, check this out. Good morning, Governor. Check this out. This is coming up from the producer, Governor. I had to turn my Discord notification off. Y'all be on there all night. I had to go to sleep. Governor kind of reminds me of New York. That's the app that never sleeps.
Yeah, we don't never sleep. We don't
Wait a
never.
minute, say that again.
I said we don't never sleep, bro. You
We
hear
don't
me?
sleep, man. But Governor, I once again, man, I want to say congratulations. You said something yesterday, Gov, that that caught my attention, and I want to kind of talk about that for just a second because after you said it, uh, uh, someone else, Alpha Rue, came on and sort of it wasn't New York, but it was something that you said about championships and how it is approached and things like that. You made a statement yesterday, Governor. You said the Knicks will not have to win another championship for if it takes another 53 years, it's okay because guess what? You all won last week. You
Yeah, we
won that
definitely won.
championship last week. Governor, explain the reasoning behind that.
Okay. So if I can remember the Discord, I said, New York fans, we've always been a great team or a great atmosphere, the town, the city that people always look at. But just winning one in our lifetime and seeing for us from where we came from, we're just overwhelmed and overjoyed. I said I would take the one win in 53 years than not winning one consecutive years, like the Buffalo Bills.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? We
And
have to. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
and so what I was going to ask you was, Governor, we have the Yankees. Now we're talking about New York City now. We have the Yankees, we have the Mets, you have the Knicks. Wait a minute, you have the Yankees, you have the Mets, you have the Knicks, you have the Nets, and don't you have the Rangers?
We got the Rangers, and they also consider the Islanders. So, out of all those teams, the only teams that I have not seen win a championship will be the Brooklyn Nets because they used to be the New Jersey Nets. These New Jersey Nets back in the day. Now it's the Brooklyn
Right,
Nets. Them and the Islanders. I've seen the Rangers win. I didn't see the Mets win. I was born in '87, but I know the Mets won in '86. I've seen the Yankees win. The Jets won with Joe Namath. The Giants won.
Jets.
I've seen two with the Giants, and then I got my Yankees. So it's like I'm coming from a city that has a plethora of teams that won and lost. So I see both sides of the story. But also, that's why I think the reason why I kind of gravitated towards Alabama as a team wise is because I'm coming from New York City. I've always had that narrative, or you from New York, you think you better than everybody. Or you from Brooklyn, you have a certain stigmatization on you on how you speak and I see the movies and where you're from Bed-Stuy, right? I'm like, no, this New York City, Brooklyn alone is big enough to be its own state. Okay. I went through trials and tribulations just growing
Hmm.
up in my city. So I know what the bottom looks like. I know what the future can hold. That's why I don't try to stay in a sunken place for too long because if I can make it out of here, I can make it anywhere. And I think that's where Bama fans are right now.
Right.
They're so accustomed to being in the spotlight and being praised and being worshipped and being like King Joffrey from Coming to America. When you step out, you see rose petals. Now you don't see that no more. So now they don't know how to handle it. We're Alabama. You're supposed to respect us. No, we only respect what you did and what you can do for me. Since you're not doing that no more, we have to move on. And it's okay. You have to come to grips, but that's okay. You got to get back to that mountaintop. Didn't say you never been to the mountaintop or not even on the same plane, but you're not that guy no more. So in order for you to be that guy, you
Right.
have to do things to be that guy. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Gotcha. let me ask you this, Governor. You know what? This is sort of an impromptu interview because when you said that yesterday, um, it sparked a thought. It's matter of fact, Governor. Let me just be honest. It sparked multiple thoughts, and I'm going to try to remember some of them, but they're in the form of questions. By you from being in Brooklyn and from a baseball's perspective, and we're just going to use it from baseball. We know that the Mets is the city competition. Now, as far as the league goes, we know from a league standpoint, and in the conference as well, in that American League, we know that the Yankees' main competition will always be Boston. From where I'm sitting, it will be
Always.
Boston. That
Yep.
rivalry there gets heated like Hatfields and McCoys have nothing on Boston and the Yanks. There's no comparison.
Picture if we both were last in the AL East, and it was the last game versus each other. We don't care. We both suck. Just imagine, like, say both teams are just trash, but they're tied for last. That last game is going to be so intense because we don't want to be the last team. That's how great that's what that rivalry is right there. We can care less at that point, as long as we beat y'all.
Well, what I was going to ask, Governor, is as a community, as far back as Governor can go, and it gives me chill bumps to hear you and OG Gill talk about it, to talk about it, to have lived it. How does sports like that, Governor, galvanize a community? What does that feel like?
Oh, it feels like a block party. Honestly, that's your quinceañeras, that's your sweet 16s, that's your christenings, your first Baptist. Like that's what that feels like. It's like a new beginning. It's just joy. Honestly, that's your smack talking. That's your everybody coming together. You mess with one, you messing with the entire borough. You messing with the entire city. Like I don't know what it does, but sports for us,
Mm-hmm.
like it really, really changed from the '90s until when it from the '90s we were on top to a sense. But I think 9/11 when that happened, that's when sports or
Mm-hmm.
especially Yankees, it hits a little bit different for us. Every time we win something big, it hits different because we remember those. We remember 9/11. I can't speak for everybody. Speak for me. I remember 9/11. I was there. I saw the
Yeah.
buildings from my burning. I saw that, and I know what took place before that day. So sports and us winning and us seeing anybody from our city like Jose, he went to Christ the King. I was conflicted because I actually had it's a guy.
Uh-huh.
His last name starts with a C. He's on the Spurs. He went to my high school. He graduated from my high school. So I just it's just a joy to see from what we came from that to the excellence that we have now. Um, I know Gil probably have a different perspective because he's older than me. So it means a little bit different for him. But for me, 9/11 brings me back that. The enjoyment, the block
Yeah.
parties, the food, the interactions. Yeah, y'all gonna see the chaos, but we haven't won in 53 years. Knicks fans,
Right.
man, that win is like the
It's
Bible.
yeah.
It's the
And it will
that's
be something serious. And Governor, and now that where you live, where you're residing now, it'll be something serious if the Yankees go up there and win the pennant.
if the Yankees win the World Series this year, just letting you know, they're gonna have to bring the National Guard. You laughing? You laughing? I'm being so serious. If the
I know
Yankees,
it, but when you say that, you know what? Because when I say it, somebody better call the National Guard. I'm saying it as a joke, but y'all take this so serious, man. It
personal,
whoa.
it's very personal for us. We want to win all the time. That's why I could talk to Gil and the way we come across. That's what I'm saying. The people saying that I know people in the chat or people in the Discord. Some people, I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. It's just my vibe and my feelings. They might be like, "Oh, he's such a downer. He just always talking down and talking." I'm like, "Bro, you think I'm bad? You think I'm bad? I'm just
Oh
talking. I'm
God.
calm. I'm the calm one. If I bring Gil in here, or when Gil decides to come in here after he's finished doing his job, we talk sports. We talking. We talking the good, bad, the ugly, the the intangibles. It sounds ragged and rough, but you got to understand where we come from. That's what we talk, and that's what we know. It's ragged and rough. We're not meant to
Mm-hmm.
get the praise. We weren't taught to get a handout. We weren't taught to, okay, let's come back. We didn't, the participation award that didn't exist. That doesn't exist for us. It's either you win or you suck, not loss. I want y'all to understand the words that we are talking to. We have been given. It's either y'all win or you suck. And that's what they had to hear. And that's what we had to hear. New York feels that y'all better than everybody. Y'all can't win. Y'all can't do this. Y'all can't do that. We've heard that our entire lives. So when we win, we making sure everybody knows that we won. And that's what New York City did.
Mm-hmm.
If the Yankees or the
And
Giants, oh my God,
what?
you bring the guard. I'm telling you. I'm telling
And
you.
don't fool around and let the Jets win.
If the Jets, man, I'm telling you, you bring the National Guard because New York City is going to go up, and you'll never stop hearing it.
I'm telling you. And guess what? And they are giving Stephen A. Smith the business right about now. Stephen A. cannot even walk in a room of New Yorkers without getting booed because of his stand. Like here you are, you're supposed to be a New Yorker, and you kept putting them down and this and that and the third. And uh he had to publicly apologize to Jalen Brunson. And
Yeah,
he,
Josh Hart,
because he
all of them.
told him, he said, "Man, I put you down. I put you down, and I had no faith." And Jalen accepted his apology and everything, but you could tell that Jalen heard what he said. Not so much heard about it. Jalen heard it. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can say about New Yorkers and having hung out up there, having for a lot of my life, having hung out up there, a particular grudge runs deep there. When you cross one the wrong way, uh, it does not go away fast. That's it.
Oh,
It does. It's not a. And I'm going to say this: it's not a black thing. It's not a white thing. That's a New York thing, and it happens with all the New Yorkers up there. It doesn't matter the skin color. It doesn't matter the nationality. When you're from New York City, when you're from those boroughs of the Bronx, Queens, all of those places like that, man, listen, it can be even downtown Manhattan if you want it.
you're not.
You cross somebody the wrong way talking about the team, the Knicks, the Yankees, the Mets, the Jets, the Giants, the Nets. It doesn't matter. You've crossed the wrong set of people.
Because
I'm,
I
I'm
think
telling
that
you what I know.
we kind of take, because and don't get me wrong, we embellish and we over exaggerate because we love our city so much. Regardless of if you still living there or you moved away, that's your city. If you went, I went to elementary school, middle school, and high school in New York. That's my home. I'm living in Charlotte right now. It's a great week. Knicks won, and then the Carolina Hurricanes won. So I came home to greatness. So it was cool. But my home is always going to be Brooklyn, New York, 11225, the 718 area, Crown Heights, East Flatbush. Like
Oh
that's
yeah.
home all the time. That regardless, I'm not a Knicks fan, but that's the home team. So when I see UConn, that's the home team for us. See Syracuse,
Yep.
that's home team. The metropolitan area is my home. So when you come at our teams, we're not looking at you coming at the team. We're looking at you coming at our home. So we're gonna protect our home. Period. So it kinds of it's not to say that all New Yorkers are the same, because that's like saying all black people and white people are the same. No, that's ignorant. That's ignorant to say. We just
Right.
love our sports, and if you saw how that city looked, you saw all different shades of color,
Mm-hmm.
gender, age. Everybody was outside. There was a block party every single night of that finals and that playoff run. They were outside. That's what sports does for us in the city. You're gonna bring everybody together. We all won. And
I
if you
love it.
win, we gonna throw the
I,
hand all together.
when you, Governor, like I said, I just did sort of an impromptu interview, but Governor, when you look at, let's just take hats, caps, the lids and everything, you where you are now, but you see somebody with that famous New York Yankee cap on. How does that make you feel as a New Yorker, but you're in a different vicinity of the United States now, and you see somebody walk around with that particular cap on?
Oh, I embrace it because we all know the famous hat. But I can always tell it was who's a real New Yorker on just how that hat is tilt. If that if that hat is tilt to the side a little bit or just burnt, okay, I know he's actually from the city. Because when you wear that hat, it's something that does to you. Because we know what that hat means. That's home. So when you got it straight on, okay, he's probably just a fan. When you got that hat tilt to the side just a little bit, he's a real New Yorker.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a real New Yorker right there. That's a real New Yorker. You might wear any other hat regular, but that fitted right there, it's either a fitted or a snapback. Once that New York logo, that Yankee logo is on that hat and that blue is on, you tilt your hat just a certain way because that's home.
Hmm.
You'll know
My un-
a New
my uncle used to wear a hat, Governor. Now he really was not into baseball caps like that, because in that day baseball caps were not as popular as they are now. But my uncle had a hat. He wear and you could tell he was a New Yorker because that hat was tilted to the side just a little bit, and
True.
only
Yep.
another New
Yep.
Yorker knew what that, like you said, what that represented.
Mm-hmm.
They
You
only
got
knew. Only
Right.
they knew.
to tilt to the left. You
That
know.
means you're living
Yes,
on.
sir.
If governor allow me to say, that's
Good.
mean you're living on tilt. You're on full.
Yep. Bishop, no, he's from Jersey.
You
Okay. Jer-
heard?
we
No doubt. No
okay.
doubt. Hey,
Now
the truth of the matter is that is the that is the livelihood and how they stand. When they say you stay 10 toes down, that what it's meaning is like, listen, um, when our sports come together and you stand and you win a national title, it's not just them. It was the boroughs, the boogie downs, the crooked letters, all of the flatbush, the 180 seconds. It was everybody that throughout the years that they were there standing 10 toes down throughout the years with the Patrick Ewans, the Willis, and with Dave DeBushers, and to now come across 53 years later, some of them have passed on. That tilt means that I represent you and you're still here celebrating with us.
Yep.
We so passionate about our city, man. Like I didn't know Joakim Noah, right? That's when he was in his Florida days playing college basketball.
Right, right.
I hated Florida. I couldn't stand Florida. There's just something about that school I just did not stand. But you know how they they start doing the starting lineups, and they start saying the people's names, and they tell you where their origin of region or their origin they're from.
Yeah.
It said New York, New York. That's all I needed to see. Guess what team I'm rooting for?
Yep.
Florida. Why? Yeah, I thought you hate Florida. He's from New York. At the
Yeah.
end, hey, we don't care about the team. You represent. That's how we roll, and that's how we look at sports. If we find out that any player is from those cities, from those boroughs, we can hate the school. We're gonna represent that guy. Look, we want him. Why? Because he's from New York. Period.
He
Yep.
represented, and that goes back to just, being able to, man, that's that love, that unconditional love, and realizing you knew what it took to get off the stoop. If governor allow the lingo to come through, when you get off the stoop and you get out the mud, it's a reason the tilt is there, because you know what you had to do to be in existence as we are.
It's crazy. I know we're on a
I'm going.
tangent, but it's just like I'm bringing it back home and talking to another northerner, and I know P. His mama, his dad up top. You know what I'm saying? They from Queens. They Brooklyn and Queens. That's our little brother. That's boroughs that don't need a bridge to go to the other borough.
No, no.
Man, but when we get into it, all we have to say is metropolitan area. Everybody from the metropolitan area is coming together, bro. That's
Yeah,
how
Mm-hmm.
I understand Jersey and I understand New York, I
true,
understand
true.
Baltimore, I understand Virginia, but let something pop off and it's affecting the metropolitan area.
Oh, it's on and
Oh, it's
popping.
popping. We all together. You really gonna have to throw the hands. It's like I'm trying to include the chat into it. You Bama fans, when you see the Bama fan, all you gotta say is roll tide.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you have to say is roll tide, and that connection right there will forever be a connection. The next time you see that person, roll tide. Y'all the bestest friends. Y'all ain't speak not one time. All you saw was that hat and said roll tide, and every time you see that person, y'all friends. That's what New York is when it comes to
Hey,
sport, comes to
hey,
environment.
Governor, it has broken up many fights.
Facts, big facts. Things could have went left until you find out. Oh, yo, you from? Oh, yo, they cool. They cool. Oh, he from Patterson. Oh yeah, he cool. All
He cool. He
right.
cool.
Never
East
mind.
Orange, yeah, he cool. We good. We good.
That's how we roll over here. The same way I'm passionate y'all about Alabama, we're passionate about our cities.
Yeah.
I just sent you all something and check your text messages. I just sent you all something, and then you will
Yeah.
understand why I know so much about it. And I have, well, you'll see it, and that's why I know I know Governor like the back of my hand. You know, him and OG Gill. See, I know how they think, and when you read what I just sent you and
Yeah.
everything, and that's my connection to it. My uncle and my aunt, and you if
Yeah.
you check on down there, you Bishop, you'll see a pretty familiar name that's there, a pretty familiar place, you know,
Mm.
and that's where I spent my summers, especially when I lived in West Virginia. And so when Governor says y'all about to bring that West Virginia side out,
Yeah.
he understand. West
Yeah.
Virginia, New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Washington, DC, well, DC, if you will. All that
Yeah.
is right up there, they're connected up in there together. You don't play. you
No,
don't, you know.
no. Hey, like I
Mm-mm.
said, boogie down, East Orange, New Jersey, where a lot of people saw the lean on me. My mom went to that school that
Yeah.
the school is represented with Batman Joe. And so like I
Yeah,
said, there's a lot that if you know what type of people that stood their ground to make it out of the stoop, you'll have a greater understanding of why they stand so strong for what they believe.
yeah.
Like, ain't no
So
gate.
once again, I just wanted to give. Go ahead, Governor.
I was saying they ain't no front yard gate. So
Nope,
it's like, y'all got
nope.
Nope.
we didn't have grass in front of our yard, man.
Uh-uh.
Hey, we had that
Almost
concrete,
Concrete,
that jungle.
concrete, the
like
jungle, the concrete
none of
jungle.
that.
Yeah,
There was nothing so high, like an altercation to the right hand side of you could be loud and bumptious, and we just sit there be like, okay, we're used to this. We're used to noise. So when we get into the south and we get down here and it's quiet, it's how do I adjust? Because I'm used to ambulance shootings and police sirens and arguing I'm used to all this high volume, hectic altitude every single day. So when you come into the South, and I've really had to do an adjustment because I'm like, I'm gonna give you a little backstory, just a small little backstory. Went to school for the first time here in the South, where I met my wife. Currently, we're still my wife. I've known her for almost 20 years. I had to really come to a place where, look, kids used to put their BMWs keys like on the in the cafeteria. I didn't
yeah,
know. I didn't know they was basically like holding their seats for that. I'm coming from New York City. I see a BMW key sitting right there. I'm like, oh, a lot of things could go in my mind right now. I could take this car and go get it stripped, and get paid for it. I could take this car and go for a joyride. All I see is a BMW keys, Mercedes keys, these type of keys just hanging around. And I really had to put in my mind, you not in New York no more. That New York mentality, you gotta like stop. No, no, mind you, I didn't do nothing illegal, y'all. I'm just saying that was something new for me because you didn't see that back home. You couldn't leave your
Hmm.
car and go to the store. We had this thing called the club. I don't
yeah.
think you know what that is,
I do.
but we had the club on our steering wheels. So what you see in the movies, yes, that's what some of it, where we came from. A lot of it is in Belgium though, and overstep. But most of
Yeah,
that's what we had to see. We had to go through that. There was nothing given to us. Nothing.
I tell you so. But once again, shout out to Governor, and even though he said he's let it be known that not really a Knicks fan, but because it is the city of New York, that's that New York pride that comes out, and he's proud of them. And but the point that I was getting at is that Alfaru said yesterday, Indiana does not have to win another natty.
Mike tenfold came through. Yeah,
They don't they don't have to win another natty.
They don't.
They they
he's
really
right.
don't. And when you put it in
He's
that
right.
perspective, they don't. They can relish on the fact that they won that natty that year, went undefeated, ran the table.
And beat
So
the team.
in their mind, in their mind, they well, they can say along the way, and by the way, we beat Bama doing it.
Yep. They don't have to win.
They can literally say that they literally. Sorry about this, Bama hater. I know you're on here, so anyway, don't we ain't even giving you that shine there, big dog. But as much as the Miami fans want to talk about their relevancy, the Indiana fans are relishing more on beating Bama than beating Miami.
Yep.
Now that's called power. That's all I'm trying to say is that along the way, Indiana can literally say, and on our way to winning that chip, we beat the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Yeah. They beat the Tide. They beat Ohio State. They beat
Ohio State.
the
They beat
teams.
everybody, Governor.
You
Everybody.
can't take that away from them. That city will
No.
remember.
And what Kinfo Alfaru was saying is this: they don't even what just happened is now if they go 9-3, 8-4, they're good to go.
They don't.
It does not matter, Bishop. You're
right, because they're not blue blood.
Go.
They're not blue bloods.
They're not blue blood.
They weren't expected to win.
There you go. And see, that's the difference of a mindset. It's like that's why I say when y'all are 20-8 in the last 2 years, and yet the rhetoric I hear, I'm like, well, wait a minute. You know, I'm Sooner down, and I know Venables went through 2 seasons of 6 and 7, and we know that there's an asterisk attached to one of them because of as many injuries. You know, a lot of people want to give it, but still, it just boats to say that sometimes I know that there's levels to this, but that's why you got to understand when you put perspective to it, you'll know that, okay, sometimes we get super fanned out and you got to just allow for somebody to be that way. But if you really look at the totality and going on the Borg's third year, I think he's moving in the right direction. Can we at least say that as a family?
I think we can.
I don't know. What's the right direction?
Right direction is the first year 9-4, second year 11-4, second level of the playoffs.
Oh, you talking about
Third
winning?
year we're about to start.
Okay, because and since we just turned into that, and I know some people are like, JB, what you mean? Like, look what he did. You talking about record wise? Yes, that's an uptrend.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take the 9-3 to 11-4. Yes, that's great. You 2 more wins, 1 more loss, depending on the circumstance. Me now, I'm gonna look at it as, yeah, that's good. Winning wise, that's good. Your culture wise, though, the intangibles, though, the way we carrying ourselves on and on the field, though, is that going to continue going up with the wins? Because you can
And see,
world, but yeah, you see
it's-
them, Bishop. That's what I'm talking about.
right. And Governor, I hear you loud and clear, and that's the beautiful thing about this game is that if you didn't make the national title, you should have those angst because that means you didn't complete everything that you needed in order to be that national title. So guess what? Everybody should be thinking that way that didn't win it.
Yep. Your behavior, the way you carry yourself, the way you think about the game, the way you uplifting your teammates, your efforts, your
Yeah.
accountabilities, that going go along with those wins because a lot of guys. That's what I think I brought it up in the Discord.
Yeah.
Mike Sumlin won a lot of games at Texas A&M. He I don't think he ever had a losing season.
Right.
But fired? Yes, he did. Why? He never had a losing season.
Well,
About
I'm
this.
just
The man never had a losing season and still got fired.
And see that goes back to what we were just saying a minute ago. When you're a blue blood or you're considered a certain standard, then all of a sudden, Indiana platform is not your platform because you've been on this stage, and so it's a different level of conviction and realizing that we won those games, but for whatever reason, um, that is not good enough. And if the organization makes that or that university makes that, then hey, if that's how they see it, that's how they see it. But you ask yourself, there's a lot of teams that don't even get that type of. They'd be happy with that type of record. You feel me? But
Mm-hmm.
that just goes to show you and help our family to understand there's levels to this. And so, when you get one-off teams or universities, yeah, they're gonna be happy. And if they don't never get back there again, they just know this one year we went 16-0. That's all they know.
Mm-hmm. That the reason why I'm not too big on the wins and losses
Hmm.
because I give you another example. I gave you one example of Mike Sumlin. The other example could be Brian Kelly at Notre Dame.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
He didn't have a losing record over there. He won games over there. He went to the Natty one time and got blown out by us. Yes, that has going to happen. But he didn't. It wasn't like he was a terrible coach at Notre Dame.
No,
They still let him go. So when we say, "Oh well, he's in the upward trend," not saying when you give an example, yes, we're in an upward trend, but wins and and P always says that wins and losses matter. They do. They do. After a while, you got to win the big one.
yeah,
You
yeah,
you have to win the big one at some point in time. You're gonna have to keep winning. You can go
okay,
112 if you never had if you never won a national championship. You're great in your legacy and what the program you did, but they're always gonna
yeah,
say never could have won the big one.
yeah, definitely. Well, think about it. What was being said about Ohio State's Ryan Day until he won?
Till he won.
That's when
and you
you
see
know
how long
you're a
it took
blue
him
blood.
to, and you
Go
see how
ahead.
long it
P.
took him to win it. That
Yeah,
was my
yep,
point yesterday. Look how long it took him, and watch this. He was given the keys to a championship team
yeah,
and couldn't beat Michigan if you gave him the B, the E, and the A.
Mark Richt is another one.
yeah.
He did it at two programs. He was at two programs. He wasn't terrible at Georgia. He wasn't terrible at Miami. Could win the big one though.
And that's why I feel that sometimes um, I get it on a macro level, but on a micro, uh, sometimes we don't appreciate you know where we at because understand a lot of times is the relevance of where you have been is still prevalent and still fresh. The easy way to say that, and understand uh, the standard is still prevalent. What I should say, the actual standard of knowing how to get there, what it looks like, the the general makeup of a team that you know is ready and prime for that type of level. And so a lot of times what we do as fans, we'll start judging i.e. a running back crew or a line crew or a D line or this, that, and the third, because what we have grew up with, especially in you guys' case, when you had the Allens and you had, this, that, and the third, you had Henrys, the Jacobs. All of a sudden, the standard has a level. And when that standard is not met, no matter who's at the helm, when that standard is not met, it gives you angst.
Mm-hmm. Kalen DeBoer's downfall will be the success of Nick Saban, and it sucks because there's nobody's gonna be another Nick Saban. That's just what it is. Especially for certain schools, like for Florida, there will never be another Urban Meyer or Steve Spurrier. Like Oklahoma, they had what's the head coach's name?
Bob Stoops,
Bob. There would never be another Bob Stoops. You know what I'm saying?
Barry Switzer, Bob Stoops.
You know what I'm saying?
Jeez.
Like, you have those guys who do well and excellent from what they did, but then you just have those never won the big one. Okay, cool. But Kalen DeBoer he walked in, and I commend him on this. I have to say this, and I have to appreciate. I commend him on what he stepped into. It's not easy filling the shoes and with shoes that you're trying to fill, and the program that you're trying to do it at. So just for him stepping up to the plate and accepting this challenge, I commend you. I can't tell somebody dropping their nuts, excuse my language, y'all, and stepping up to a challenge that nobody probably wanted to take on. They probably had some candidates out there. That's behind the scene. That's a different conversation. But he stepped up to the plate and went 9-3 his first season. That's not bad. That's what most teams in the league is going to give you. Is 9-3. That's what most schools are going to give you. That's above average if you think about it. Your first year of school.
Yeah.
Second, went 11-4. You improved. You're 20-7. That's not a bad record. That's outstanding, actually. But here's the problem. You're at a school where we saw excellence and greatness for over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
That's the downfall. We saw this for over a decade. And that's what the fans and us and me and everybody is going to look at you as, okay, so what are you bringing to this table? Are you going to continue this legacy? Are you going to build your own legacy? But for the fans that were there back then when they saw their team, saw Alabama lose 8 years in a row or not do, those fans are going to look at you. The young fans, like my young fan just now coming, I would be considered a bandwagon to the older generation of fandom. Because I didn't have to see those heartbreaks. I saw the rebuilding year and then the success. I didn't see the down years. The people that saw the down years are going to critique everything that's been happening now to what happened back then. You see what I'm saying? We're critiquing from 2007 to right now. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
It's a
And see, the piggyback off of what Governor said, that's why there's levels to being a fan. Because see, you have what I call the machine. The machine is people that Bear Bryant to current. And if you really want to think about it, there's been times that Gene Stalin should have won, but what he was dealing with, that's one person that has this a ton of respect for, because what he had to do for his family and coach, you start realizing, listen, that man coached his butt off with what he had to while taking care of his family. So, a lot of fans remember that time. They remember the different other coaches that came through. But when you're newer fans, you are you're very spoiled to the fact that you guys were always winning natties when it came later in the season. And that's great. But the only challenge is once that season's up, you can't expect to stay there. You do have to transition, but that transition is the hardest transition. That's why they call it a fire test, is because you went to a new level and only you know that level though. That's why it's so hard for a lot of you guys, is because there's not many people that have done what you've done.
No, not at all.
And see what it is, you're really fighting yourselves, because it's like, okay, when we talk and we talk X's and O's, and me being a coach, I know, I remember being in the Big 12 and being an Oklahoma Sooner, we would do great to win six conference titles. But when we got to play Bama, you could see the vast difference between conferences. And it was a mindset. You guys had a championship mindset. We thought we did, but when we played you guys, you opened up our mind and really reminded us you haven't arrived yet. You haven't, you're doing good to win your conference, but it really showed that there's levels to this game, college game. And if that's the case, then are we in the right pond to be ready for that moment? And we had to be honest. No. If you can win six straight, and out of those six straight, only one time you even crack where you have an opportunity, and yet you got to go to overtime, and you lose to Georgia. That's as close as we got. All the other times we went winning the conference, but we didn't. It got so mundane. We knew what it took to win the conference. So that's basically you're going off of knowing what your game plan for each university. But when it got to the playoffs, you didn't have the staying power because you weren't built the proper way to be able to go to the next level. And that's what at that time Bama was that standard, because they knew how to develop. That's one thing that Saban was good at, is he would have his freshmen on. You would see excellent special teams. Well, guess what? They were the next up and coming stars that were just balling out, because they realized I got on special teams. I'm finna make sure they know who I am, that I'm coming. And when they did get their few time to shine in those games that are out of hand, they go to work. But you knew what was coming down the pike, and you could see the Allen Paynes, you could see the this, that, and the third, the Allens, and the different players that were coming through as freshmen and sophomores. You could tell when they got in the game, there's something to this individual. So when they got to be you know, in the sophomore, juniors, and seniors, now all of a sudden you seen that they made the development and made the switch because Saban was huge on that. You you're not just gonna sit here. You're gonna, if nothing else, I'm gonna find a way to get the most out of you. And he is harder in practice than he was in games. That's why the games were so easy for you guys. He was, ooh, if you have you hear any of the proteges or the coaches that used to coach with him, they would tell you it seemed like we could never get it right. We were always doing something wrong because he was meticulous in building. Because remember, he went through, he got it out the mud. See, what people don't remember, he came from Michigan State before he got to Bama. And he had to go through many trials, going to the NFL and not making it, coming back. Each time, though, what he did is took a little bit more until by the time he got to Alabama, he's ready to be the head coach. And so that's why when we look at him, he's the epitome of doing it the right way, but also making sure you be a student of this game. You don't take it for granted when you do have those down years because you make sure that type of feeling reminds you, don't you give up. Don't you hold on to that one little minor L, because understand that I got 19 more opportunities to finish off as a W. And that's the championship mindset, is realizing that you're gonna run up against something that's gonna cause you to make an adjustment. Okay, great. That's phone booth mentality. Great. That means we're in this game, and that's okay. You brought your A game. All right. Well, you better be ready to die up on that hill, because we're going to do whatever we need to do. If I need to adjust, and we're going to hit the outside zone versus the inside zone, I'm hitting outside zone, and I'm going to run it down your throat until you have to get out of that defense. And now I'm going to start attacking you through the air and still landing with my gut punches with my run. That's what everybody is striving for. That what win natties, because you realize once you back a team out of a certain defense, you have them. They flinched. Now you go on attack. But you got to have that mindset of backing someone out of their defense, making them go base. And see, this is the different nuances that a lot of fans are not aware of. But when you start getting into the intricacy, you start realizing that's what it comes down to, is, the simple fact of that game against Indiana wasn't won or lost because you didn't have the effort. That was won because of a game plan that was not ready for that moment and didn't realize that they had the blueprint, but for whatever reason, they were trying to show that they were smarter than the average bear.
Yeah, it's gonna be, and it's interesting now. When I sit back and take it all in, and not just from a Bama perspective, but from a college
Right.
football perspective,
Yeah.
I look at it now where the playing field has been leveled to a certain degree, and now it's
Right.
wide open. It's just wide open,
Yeah.
and different things have caused it to be wide open, which is a cool thing to a certain degree. Now, you got different narratives that you have going now. So now as we approach 2026, I told y'all, and Bishop and Governor,
What?
there are two of my Bibles. Here's Athlon. Here's my Athlon.
Yeah.
And here's my Lindy's, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get Bible. I'm going to get Bible number 3 here. I get off of here and we all go to the Discord, and I'm going to get Bible number 3,
Okay.
which is either I have a choice to make, either ESPN or Sporting News.
Which do you
ESPN is
prefer?
well, it's gonna depend on what the narrative articles are about. I don't get them just
Okay.
for polls, because most of, like, your ESPN poll and Athlon are basically saying the same thing. So
Gotcha.
I'm not going to get the more of the same, because that's where that redundancy come in. But I'm looking for different takes on why a particular magazine company put a team where they did. When I'm sitting here looking at Lindy's now, I sort of went over Athlon's. It was just the articles in Athlon that sort of got me this go rip and everything.
Right.
But in Lindy's, we know in Athlon's, in Athlon's, Bama was ranked 15th, 16th. Yes. In Lindy's, on the other hand, now this is where it gets interesting. Lindy's has them ranked. And I'm gonna go through this in just a second. Here we go.
How you do that, Pete? Can I ask you, after seeing the Senior Bowl, do those books take on a greater meaning?
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
They take on a greater meaning because now that I've seen how the pros view a college player, it has caused me to come in here in these Bibles, if you will. It has caused me to come in here and look for the money players. Who could actually be the money player? I kind of marked that player down. I'm kind of getting ready to create my own little quote unquote draft board from the top 25.
There you go.
That's why I'm kind of telling y'all, I'm letting everybody know the show is going to be going in a different direction of some stuff, and it's going to be okay. But we're still going to be talking about our Alabama Crimson Tide, but we're going to be talking about everybody. We're going to talk about everybody. When I look at this, here's the like in this particular magazine, we know in Athlon, Texas was ranked. No, excuse me, Ohio State was
Ohio
number
State,
1.
yeah.
In this one is Oregon. It's Oregon. Oregon is first. Texas now. Yeah. Oregon is first. Texas is second. Ohio State is third. Notre Dame is in the 4th spot. Okay. Notre Dame is in the 4th spot. Indiana is number 5. Whoever Go Dog fan is, they have you all ranked 6th. They have Miami ranked 7. Watch this. They have LSU ranked 8th. They have Ole Miss ranked 9th. USC ranked 10th. They have Bama ranked 11. That's how they have that going. Texas A&M 12, Oklahoma 13, Bishop, Texas Tech 14, BYU 15, Michigan 16, Houston 17, Louisville 18. And by the way, Alabama picked up another assistant coach last night, a tight ends coach from the University of Louisville. Darn it, I forgot his name, and I'll find it in just a minute. But Louisville 18th, Washington 19th, SMU 20, Iowa 21, Utah 22, Penn State 23, Clemson 24. Wow, what a mighty drop for Clemson. And coming in at number 25, it is Florida. Florida is ranked 25th. So they are really predicting Florida to in this Lindy's, they're predicting Florida to with their new coach to do it up. But when you compare the Lindy's, the top 25, when you compare them, Governor Bishop, like I said, in Athlon's is Ohio State. In Lindy's is Oregon. Number 2 in Athlon's is Georgia. In Lindy's is Texas. Number 3 in Lindy's, no, excuse me, in Athlon, number 3 is Texas, and in Lindy's it is Ohio State. That's how they jumbled them up. That's where they differ. And in both Athlon and Lindy's, Notre Dame is 4.
How?
This is what they're saying. This is
I
what
know. Nah, don't listen to Bishop. Go ahead, P.
This is what they're saying about. This is what Lindy says about Notre Dame. It's saying Notre Dame's new magic number is 12. Remember that now. 12. That's in the national ranking that guarantees the Irish a spot in the college football playoff. Last season, remember, number 11 turned out to be not so high enough. Still stinging from that playoff snub, the Fighting Irish look to channel those frustrations with a veteran roster and favorable schedule. Here's they got the good news, the bad news, and the call. The good news: Ohio State transfers Quincy Porter, Mylan Graham, bolstered the most talented wideout room the program has had in years, an ideal setup for returning quarterback C.J. Carr. Coach Marcus Freeman further enhanced a strong secondary by adding Colorado nickel DJ McKinney to a group that already includes Leonard Moore and Christian Gray. Here's the bad news. Only 2 running backs were selected in the first round of the 2026 NFL draft, and they both belong to Notre Dame. Next up in the Indy backfield with great expectations are Aeneas Williams and Kedron Young. Their call: the relatively weak schedule could hurt Notre Dame's ability to rise in the rankings, so they could still land on the bubble with another 10-2 season.
I got a question, P.
Okay.
How many teams are in the playoffs again?
12.
Well,
12, right? You see what Bishop know where I'm going.
I know. I'm gonna be quiet.
Bishop know exactly where I'm going. You see what they did? The wording 4, lowest 12. Okay, so they didn't go below the ceiling. Go below the floor. They keep them bubble. So, quick question: if you're saying that Notre Dame has a favorable schedule, and the lowest they can go is 12, right? I just want to be clear. As they said, the lowest they can go is 12. The outside of the Power Fives, where do they land?
Say that again, Governor.
The outside of the Power Five, so the Power Four.
Okay.
When they're doing their rankings for the final 12 to go into the playoffs, where those 2 outside the Power Fours, where do they rank? Don't they rank 11 and 12?
Yeah.
So how the
hell? The FCS.
So tell me, how the hell can Notre Dame be 12 if that's where those teams supposed to go?
Because now they got the guarantee.
They got the guarantee. And that's what Bishop is. But, Governor, here's the thing that, and I think you forgot something that you said, and you and Bishop sort of brought this to light. We all discussed this. When you put it in that vernacular of what Notre Dame has been given, coupled with the 2 FCS teams. Honest to goodness, now it actually only leaves you. What did you say? Was it 9 spots, Bishop?
Yes, sir.
9
Yes,
spots.
sir.
Remember, Notre Dame is guaranteed. They're bringing in the other 2. So now you're going to
10,
have
10 spots. It was
Notre
4 teams.
Dame, who from day one, as of like, unless they lose somewhere, if they lose 3 games, it's over for them.
Yeah, yeah.
That's over for them. I don't see them losing 3 games.
We went through
So,
that schedule. Remember?
because we went through the schedule, and I would go through it one more time. I
Hold
go
on,
through
wait,
it again.
before you do that, before you go back to the schedule, hold on real quick, P. If you're going to say with the because I'm listening to words have meanings and context matters. I keep saying this. If you're telling me that Notre Dame has a favorable schedule and the lowest they can go is 12, when shouldn't these reporters be saying the same thing for the FBS schools? If they have a favorable schedule, is that they should be already into the column?
It's going to depend on which FCF school shows up.
It don't matter. At the end of the
I,
day,
I
That
it shouldn't matter which team it is. If they have a favorable schedule, they would be in the playoffs because that's what you basically saying. I'm not saying you. I'm talking about the writers. They saying Notre Dame has a favorable schedule because whatever they have on their schedule, I don't want to hear their schedule. I listen, but I really care less because they're basically saying all you have to do is lose 2 games and you're in. So shouldn't the writers be saying the same thing about the FBS schools? If they have a favorable schedule with returning players, that they should be 11 and
now,
12
if the FCF schools, because remember who got there last year? James Madison
and
and
Tulane.
Tulane
and Tulane.
and Tulane.
Who said
Now,
they came to the table again? They got
okay, they came out of that American Conference,
All right. But we
and
also that happened due to Duke. Once Duke won,
oh yeah,
it flipped the script.
yeah,
you're right. You're right on that one. I
Duke
forgot
threw
about
the
it.
whole thing off.
They did. They did.
Your
So
favorite, your
in a nutshell, what you're telling me is, regardless on what transpires in the season, only thing Notre Dame has to worry about is losing more than 2 games and they're out. So I have a question for the people that's not Alabama fans. I'm not gonna say no names. I'm just gonna say the people that's not Alabama fans. Shouldn't your energy be going towards that school that's guaranteed a playoff spot instead of the team that actually earned their way into the playoff? Because y'all three, they just told y'all if you go 10-3 and a team that's not in a conference goes 10-2 because of their favorable schedule, you're now knocked off. So if you're in a conference with
that's not in a Power
huh?
4.
I don't care if it's a power 4, a existing 4, a imaginable 4, a made up 4,
Let me see something here.
my
I
4.
want to see something
It
right
doesn't
quick.
matter. They said it doesn't matter where everybody else is in. If Notre Dame is 10-2, everybody else needs to just fill in, regardless of who you play. You could have the hardest schedule on in college football. If you go 10-3, you're not making it in because Notre Dame went 10-2. Is that what you're telling me?
I'll stay quiet.
If Texas goes 10-3, they're out, but Notre
Watch
Dame,
this, Governor. Watch.
I'm confused. I'm confused. Oh, well, I'm sorry, not 10-3.
Watch this. Watch
Go ahead.
this. This is what I'm getting at.
This shit is crazy.
Now they're talking about favorable schedule, right?
What's good?
Here is Notre Dame's schedule. They play Wisconsin. They play Rice. They play Michigan State. They play Wisconsin and Green Bay. But
Okay.
they play Rice and Michigan State at home. They go to Purdue. They go to North Carolina. Then they play Stanford. They go to BYU. They play Navy in Foxborough. Then they play Miami, Boston College, SMU. All of those are at home. And then their last game of the year, they go to Syracuse. Now, Governor, I ask you now, where the loss is going to come from?
I don't know. You got a debate between that team in the South, but that should be even more reason why you should hate this school or have animosity towards this school, because a person in the South, like deep in the South, I'm not going to say the city. He kind of knows exactly who I'm talking to. He just said that Notre Dame got a favorable schedule, and you're on that schedule. That's how much they respect your team.
So when I bring up, so watch this, Governor, watch this, Bishop. So let me go. Let me do this right quick. Let me go to Miami. Watch. Let me do that for just a sec. Let me go to Miami. All right. So when I look at Miami's schedule, and they're in the ACC, right? That's where they are. They're in the ACC.
They're actually
and
in
all that good stuff.
Yep.
in a conference. Okay.
Man, they don't even have them ranked. They didn't have to put them. Did they put them in the book?
Like,
oh boy.
Even Navy's in a conference.
Yeah, Navy's in the conference.
Navy is in a conference, bro.
Yep.
Here we go.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
Navy's in that American conference.
Rice is
Yeah.
Is a
Governor, words have meaning.
Oh, yeah. In context does matter. So I just want to understand where all this hate's coming from this one team over here, but they blatantly disrespecting you every single time with the same team that you outbeat and you outplayed.
okay.
Time,
Check
but
this out, Governor Bishop. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Check this out. Here's Miami's schedule. Here's Miami's schedule. We went through it before, but I just want to remind everybody that they go to Stanford. Then they play Florida A&M. Then they play Wake Forest. They go to Wake Forest. Then they play Central Michigan. They're going to Clemson. Then they play Florida State, Pittsburgh, both at home. Then they go to North Carolina. Then they go to Notre Dame. Then they play Duke. Then they play Virginia Tech and Boston College. All of those are at home. All I'm going to say is this, and I'm gonna catch a ride with Governor on this, except I'm going to come from the other end of the road. So Miami, just hypothetically say you lose to Clemson and Notre Dame. Let's just hypothetically say you lose to Clemson and Notre Dame. And let's just hypothetically say Notre Dame loses to BYU. And then you having to deal with two FCS schools. But Miami, you for the 20-something odd year, you don't win your conference. Now who you gonna blame it on?
you're not gonna get in. They're not gonna
You're
bring
not
you
getting in. The reason I'm targeting Miami is because now you're going head to head with the perpetrator.
With
You're
college.
going head to head with the team that has been given a pass. That's how I see it.
Hey, and can I add a caveat?
Go ahead.
They knew that this was going to come again, and so they went to the NCAA and they made sure they have a rule in as long as they're in the top 12, they're in, no matter where they fall.
That's crazy. Everybody that's in the conference down to the American conference has to fight their way in. All they got to do is lose 2 games, and they're still. It don't matter who they lost, who they lose to, where they lose. As long as they only lose 2 games, they're in. But we're the ones that are hated. That's crazy.
Watch this. Watch this. Here you go, Governor. Now, since you brought that up, here we are. That American Conference has, like you said, Navy, and this is who they picking to win the conference this year. Navy, and there's gonna be Navy, Tulane. Navy's 1, Tulane is 2, South Florida is 3rd, Army is 4th,
Win.
Memphis is 5th, UTSA is 6th, North Texas is 7th, Temple 8, East Carolina 9, UAB 10, Florida Atlantic 11, Tulsa 12, Rice 13, and Charlotte 14. And y'all sweating Bama? Y'all need to be sweating these teams over here.
They got 2 teams for the American Conference on their schedule. 2. Rice and Navy. What?
The number 13 team and the number 1 team.
We got,
in the words of Governor, in the words of Bishop,
this is
words have meaning, context matters. And the caveat is that you got 2 insignificant teams to us. Now they're not so insignificant anymore. That's how I see it.
And I'm glad that he and Governor have brought it full circle. Because you remember when I brought it up and I explained what they did, they knew that they had to play Miami. What they were doing is what we call hedging your bet, making sure that they don't, even though they play each other, that they don't bump them out. So what they did is they threw a fit and then went to the NCAA, and the NCAA came up with a guardrail. As long as Notre Dame falls within the top 12, no matter where they fall, they're in the playoffs. They cannot be pushed out.
Yep.
So basically what you just gave every other team the blueprint. Look, I'm about to schedule all American Conference games. I'm schedule
Words
every
have meaning.
conference game and keeping my rivalry game just to have somebody top rank in my schedule. So if I do lose a game, hey, I lost to a ranked team.
Wow.
Governor, watch this. And Miami did not schedule an American Conference game.
Not one. Not one. We got Eastern Carolina, so we did. So I will give the kudos to Miami. But that's what I don't understand with certain fans from that school or a particular fan. You got so much hate for over here, but we're not the ones holding you back. It's that school over there.
Be at the end. I got it.
It's that school over there who's trying to handcuff the entire college football.
That's okay,
man. Y'all better.
I love this type of gumbo, though. I want them to keep that same energy because understand, I told you in 2026, because everything that's been stipulated and that we're currently saying, and then on top of that, Sankey doing his 9 games and taking one of our bye weeks away. You better be ready to be forced by fire to be in these playoffs.
If a lot of teams go 9-3 this season and they're not in because of Notre Dame, man, listen, I won't be surprised if the SEC gets their own little conference next year.
Uh-oh.
And
Uh-oh. Bishop
I
said
got some,
that.
I
Mm-mm.
got some popcorn sitting up there, Governor. I don't know if you eat popcorn, you a bishop, but I got some popcorn sitting up there. And because when that happens, that somebody don't get in because of Notre Dame, I'm gonna go on and just say it. All hell gonna break loose.
We had this conversation in Discord yesterday. They said put the Big Ten and the SEC together. I said you can't do that because that's going to be a monopoly. You can't do that. They don't want monopoly. They do not want that because that would take over the entire thing. All that revenue that's coming from the Big Ten and the SEC will go straight to there, and the other schools are going to have a problem, a big problem, because we are watch TV. The SEC and the Big Ten at this point is watch TV. That's where the television programs are in those two conferences. Y'all need to
Uh,
really pay what they're saying to y'all right now. They don't give a damn about y'all. It's about money. And whoever has the most money is going to get the most privileged.
And understand Notre Dame has been their own entity and they have their own station.
That
uh, Dwight, as brilliant as you are, I hear what you're saying, but I sort of disagree. We know Sankey didn't take the bye week away, but what Sankey
No.
was he was hoodwinked into.
Yeah.
See, they were complaining. The SEC was fine the way that it was because of scheduling. Scheduling. You had 2 bye weeks going. You had to, because now when the Big Ten got to raising sand about some stuff, all Sankey had to do was be quiet. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. All he had to do was be quiet and let them conform to what we were doing.
Yeah. And see, this is
not the other way around.
not the other way. And check this out, Dwight, and I appreciate your feedback because this great gumbo, this spicy gumbo this morning. The deal is now when you're in the Southeastern Conference and you go through your schedule, in some cases, some of us have 8 SEC opponents in a row with a bye after the first game and 7 in a row. Understand, we already agree that from top to bottom, SEC is a strong conference. That means everybody's bringing their pound of flesh. And week in, week out, without that second bye, if you have not developed deep and wide, you're asking for a team to be able to manage and still get in the playoffs without a scrape. The odds are not in your favor when it comes to that because you don't get a week to retool and go into that last push. But for you guys at Alabama, y'all get it straight off the hoof. You get your first 7 or first 8, and then you get your bye.
Now tell me, how is this fair? How are we going to complain about? And think about this: we as well as other people were complaining about how Indiana had grown men on their team. Right? Look at the age group. It's not fair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Listen to the narratives now. It's not fair. They got 22, 23, 24-year-olds going against 18-year-olds. That's not fair. Those are grown men. They've been developed. Why are we not saying the same thing for a school that has no conference? Can pick and choose who they want to put on their schedule.
Mm,
They
mm, mm.
got a Big Ten school, where they got an HCC school over here, where they got a Big 12 school over there. They could play that. How's that fair? We have to go in a conference from the ACC, even down to the FBS. They're in a conference. If they lose a conference game, it counts against them. Well, because I'm gonna always go with the rebuttal. Well, that's the reason why Notre Dame is at a disadvantage because They don't have a conference, so every game is important. Every game is important. Period. What do you What do you mean?
Jeez.
It's important. Out of conference or in conference, every game is important. But you don't get to the conference championship if you lose all your conference games. They don't have a conference champ. So in a nutshell, Notre Dame gets about damn near 2 bye weeks and a month to prepare if they get into the playoffs. Hear me out real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. They get the 1 bye week in the regular season. They don't have a conference championship. That's another bye week. If they get into the
Yeah.
playoffs, that's another 2 weeks of resting.
Yeah. Nobody ever thinks of that, bro.
What are we talking about here? If you got it, Alabama and Georgia were in the SEC championship game, didn't we have to play 2 weeks later?
Yeah.
If Notre Dame don't have a conference game, they get 3 weeks off.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 weeks off.
Could you imagine how much healing can go if anybody was injured?
If they were injured in week 5, they're coming back for that playoff game. They done got an extra 8 weeks.
Exactly. Because you're playing like what I said. I'm waiting on the AP. And Bishop has heard me say this. I'm waiting on the AP to come out, the official top 25. Now these magazines and things like that, these things are just opinionated, but the official comes out in a little while. I'm ready to see just how many, and this is my argument of what we're saying. When you look at Alabama, I told you last year, there are 25 teams in the top, in that top 25. There are 25 of Alabama. There were 11 that came out of the SEC. Bama, by originality, played 9 of the 11.
The only way I will respect Notre Dame to stay out of a conference if they had a schedule like this. Week 1, Ohio State. Week 2, Texas. Week 3, Oregon. Week 4, Georgia. Week 5, LSU. Week 6, Alabama. Week 7, Miami. Week 8, Texas Tech. Week 9, whoever, Ole Miss. If you had a schedule like that and you only lost 2 games, damn right you deserve to be in the playoffs. I can't even be mad at you. If you had a schedule like that, I wouldn't say not a word. Because they literally taking the challenge on taking the best teams in the country and facing them. And you only lost 2 games, you damn right they deserve to be in the playoffs.
Yep.
I would not. If anybody was to argue that, then you don't need to be speaking football or any type of sports, period. Because that's a schedule that I would choose and I would create if I was playing a college football video game. I want the best schools, and I'm playing the hardest schools on the road. If they had that type of schedule, man, more hats to you, bro. I would not argue at all. At all. Mm-mm.
Now, I went back to Notre Dame's schedule. Here's what I'm looking at. I'm going back through it one more time. They're playing Wisconsin in Green Bay. I about know how that one's going to go, okay? But you're playing Rice, Michigan State, Purdue, North Carolina, Stanford. Probably wins. But in the words of Bishop, but here's where the gauntlet for them starts. Possibly BYU, Navy, Miami.
That's a gauntlet.
Where,
Hey, hold on, Gunner. Is that a P? That's a possible P if we play in space, right?
Yeah, that's a gauntlet.
That's their 3 hardest games.
Man, you got a 6 of spade, a 7 of spade, and a jack of spade. That's a gauntlet.
But Governor, you can listen. BYU lost 1 game last year. They're actually good, and they're playing BYU in BYU.
Is BYU anybody? I'm not gonna. It's gonna sound harsh, I'm not trying to sound harsh, but I'm trying to be realistic here. BYU over Texas is BYU over anybody in the top 6 SEC schools.
I understand what you're saying, but when
BYU,
you put it but when you line them up in the top 25, yes, that's going. Okay, I think you misunderstand what I'm saying. That's their hardest game because I've already said
Yeah,
the
yeah,
trap
yeah.
game for Notre Dame is going to be Navy. I don't care what nobody tell me. The trap game for Notre Dame is going to be Navy. You're not playing them in South Bend. You're playing them on the road. It's basically a home game for Navy. So that could be the trap game because the Navy is BYU, Navy, and then the next week they're playing Miami.
you only have to
That's the
lose.
trap game for me for them.
You
Because if
only
they lose that one, now you're going to have a different argument on your hand.
you only have to lose 2 games.
And
That's
then after Boston College, Governor, they play SMU.
You only have to lose 2 games. How that just sounds crazy to me. They're telling you, hey man, all you got to use is just lose 2 games, you're still in.
You're still
What?
in. So
Can you
the
tell me
point I'm
what's
trying
wrong
to
with
make
that?
is that for an
Sure.
Alabama, I didn't mean to cut you off, Governor, but the point I'm trying to make right there is those are your as a Notre Dame, for those that are fans of Notre Dame, your 3 hardest games from compared to Wisconsin,
Okay.
then Rice,
Oh,
then Michigan State. Are you
oh,
serious?
yeah, that's what we're saying, Gov. Yeah.
You starting off with that, but when you get to that point, BYU, Navy, Miami. Remember, Governor, now you've got it kind of tickled me what you said, because I didn't kind of think of it along these lines. But when you play Navy, that's gonna be your second game. I mean, your second game against an American conference opponent.
You
And
said
2 AAC schools got into the playoffs last year. And I'm going to tell you what, and nobody paid attention to the fact, Governor, Bishop, that in that same conference, you had Tulane and James. Let me say, because James Madison's not in that one. James Madison is in another one. You had Tulane and James Madison, right? All right. Take James Madison out the equation. Go back to that AAC. Guess who else was in the running for it up until they fell off the wagon? South Florida was in the running for it. Memphis was in the
Memphis.
running for it.
Yep.
Navy was in the running for it.
That's crazy.
Governor. Now, let's just say, for instance, those 3 said teams that I just named all come up with some winning records now.
But what does that have to do with anything? I don't care if we got a winning record or not. If they lose,
they're going to be considered, Governor. That's the point that you're missing. They're going to be considered. They're going to be considered.
If the other teams are ranked, have a winning record, and they lose to the Notre Dame, they would be considered as a good or bad win or bad loss or something like that.
That's the way it's looking. But they're going to be considered. That's all I'm saying. Because they were considered. Listen, because people were not paying attention last year, they were already talking about those teams going into the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
While we were so focused on Bama, Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, whomever else, Miami, all those other teams were quietly being considered. And the media was talking about it loud and clear that South Florida could be in the playoffs. That's why Notre Dame was raising all the sand they was raising, because those other teams were being considered over them.
But time out. Wasn't that the argument we were trying to make last year?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what was going on.
I'm
And
confused.
don't look now. And Notre Dame goes and schedules. I don't know how far in advance they've scheduled these, so let me just put it in my vernacular. Don't look now, but Rice and Navy are on the schedule, and on Bama's schedule is East Carolina first game. But another team is another fan base is targeting Bama over something that, guess what? We're playing those teams and y'all ain't.
How? If we had that schedule, right? If Bama and Oklahoma had that schedule, how
Oh
much
my
of
goodness.
how much of an uproar would the other fans have? See the cupcake
Oh
schedule.
gosh.
See, we've been saying this. They had the cupcake schedule. That's why they could be in there. But nobody says
Hey, can I say
this
something?
about that.
Go ahead, Gov. I mean, go ahead, Bishop. Because I'm about to throw Governor a bone. No. I'm about to throw Governor a homemade oxtail dinner, and I want him to
There you
go
go.
ahead and devour what I'm about to
Go
say.
ahead. Go ahead. Check this out, you guys. Remember, just here shortly, we were in the Big 12. Those schedules remind you of something?
Oh man. Oh god.
Here we go. Wait a minute.
It does.
Bishop,
That's
Governor,
a
hold up for a minute. Hold up. Let me. I wanna say something here. Now I'm going back to something I just read. I just read this, and you can't make this stuff up, folks. You just can't make it up. I mean, serious business. You can't make this stuff up. Wait a minute. Now they're hollering about schedule. All right, I just had this right here. Here we go.
I got a schedule.
Miami, didn't I tell y'all they're starting with who? Stanford. Wait a minute now. And wait a minute.
That's Notre Dame.
Wait a minute. I thought Notre Dame opens with Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, Wisconsin. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Here
You're
we go.
right.
Here we go. Now, let me clear my throat.
No SEC is on that schedule either.
You starting with Stanford. Then you're going to play Florida A&M. Then you're going to play Wake Forest. Then you're going to play Central Michigan. Why not Navy right there? Then you're going to go to Clemson. Then you're going to play Florida State, Pittsburgh. You're going to North Carolina. Then you're going to Notre Dame. Then you play Duke, Virginia Tech, Boston College. But let me back up. Florida A&M, Central Michigan. And you still can't win your ACC.
I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet.
I'm just going to wait. And you still, and I'm talking to the Miami fans that just give Bama hell week in, no, day in and day out. Look at your schedule and compare your schedule to the average SEC schedule, and you still can't win your ACC conference, but Duke can.
7-5, bro. 7-5.
But Duke can win, but you can't. But you've got this schedule that says Stanford, Florida A&M, Wake Forest, and Central Michigan.
Don't, hey man,
Can't.
Bama's
but 2 years in a row, you lose to Louisville and SMU, and you've been in a conference for 20-something years and haven't won it. But you talk all this smack. And all Notre Dame has to do
Lose 2 games.
is
They
lose
are
2 games.
Notre Dame is literally in a position to lose to Miami again and still make it to the college football or Miami. Make that make sense.
Make sense.
You got a team that's playing in a conference, regardless if that conference is good, bad, or indifferent, up top to bottom. They're playing in a conference. They have a conference championship game that could either hurt them from losing or help them from winning. Then you got a team that's not in a conference that can lose to you, that you might have to play an extra game, and they can get into playoffs before you can. Make that make sense. But you mad at us. Like we did. We ain't do nothing to you.
Now, if Notre Dame makes the, I'm just telling you, this is gonna be something to see, Bishop. Bishop, I'm you know what? I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm ready to go to the Discord now. I'm ready to go to the Discord because this is gonna be something to talk about. Why are you mad with Bama over something they didn't have anything to do with? Yeah, y'all played for the Natty last year and you lost.
Don't Notre Dame got some Florida players?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Team.
I want to do. Wait a minute. I want to do Indiana have some Florida players.
We're the only school that takes Florida guys. Apparently, we're the only school that takes.
No, Oklahoma got a few.
Oklahoma got a few. Ohio State got a few. Michigan has a few. Michigan State has a few. Wake Forest has a few. You know what team got a few? Duke.
And they win national championships. In my defense, the only reason they was not in the championship game was because the ACC has some crappy qualifying rules. Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this: I hear all that, but didn't Miami lose to Louisville and SMU, and aren't they in the ACC? All that other stuff. All right, but you keep defending Miami. I see 2 losses.
Where was that?
Now they got to the Natty. Yeah, they did, and they lost again. Miami lost. Wait a minute, Governor. Hold up, Bishop. And we gonna get ready to get out of here. Go to Discord. Check this out. Miami lost 1 less game than we did.
Yep. Yeah.
1 less game. 1 less game. 1. And you talking all this smack. Yeah, I turned this into a Miami bashing. I sure did.
Why did they have 1 less game? Didn't we play 1 more game?
Play the championship game.
Yeah, we did. Didn't we play 1 more game?
Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm sorry, Governor. That's right.
Because if we didn't play 1 more game, we have the same schedule. I mean, the same record. Well, we played 1 more game.
Yeah.
What are y'all talking about?
Yeah. And that
what
we say is how the cookie crumbles.
Inglewood Dog Man. Now you're saying my channel becoming like the Smoot Boys. Make a statement that's true about Bama. I have. We own Georgia. We own Miami. We're the most celebrated team still, and we hadn't even won a natty since 2020. So what else do you want me to say?
And they got a Sooner boy here.
Yeah, so what
how we like
you want
what?
Me to say?
What?
Man,
and like Stephen Hicks said, we beat Notre Dame every time we play them. They can't beat Bama just like Georgia can't. Anybody that's 2-10 against the team, I would not be bragging. So tell me what it is that I'm saying false.
Notre Dame lost twice in that national championship game before they got on the field. And this is coming from their players. This is coming from their player. Their captain.
Go back and watch.
the one that got catfish. That one.
See, that's why.
He
All
said
right,
that lost his
you want
channel.
this gumbo? You about to catch that fire? Come up in that. Come in the Discord. Come on,
He
come on,
said
come on.
lost. They got
Okay.
out
You
of the
said,
tunnel.
wait a minute. Okay, let me go back. Okay, you know what? Let me post. Because maybe if I did reread it, if I did misread it, Inglewood, now don't go off on me now. Because I do speed read, okay? And plus what, and don't imply that I can't read, Inglewood. Please don't do that. Don't do that. I told you Notre Dame has a good football team. Facts. I told you Bama. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. That's not the one. Oh no. That's not the one I'm looking for.
Did we ever say that they weren't a good football team?
Here we go.
Did we
Ed
ever?
Corey, I'm not a clown. Okay, that's y'all in the chat. I just want y'all to be respectful in the chat. I made a football statement. You came at me crazy. Piano Man, your channel becoming like the Smook Boys. Make a statement that's true about Bama. They talk crazy.
First of all, see,
okay. I got you now. I see what you're saying. Okay, got you. I had to read the context. I got you. Okay, I got you. All right, my bad. But all I'm saying is, I'm not gonna make no untrue statements about anybody. I do my homework. But I'm just saying the way college football is going now, Miami fans, a certain Miami fan, well, a couple of Miami fans are bashing us about some stuff when Notre Dame is the one you ought to be bashing, and you play them again. And Governor raised an interesting point. What if Miami beats them again and Notre Dame can still get in?
You see what I'm saying? But hold on, before, because I got, when he says, because I'm going back to, because I heard a certain name and I got really irritated. What do you mean by is saying somebody else is saying your channel's becoming like a Smook Boys? I'm that one. Confused. You gotta like break that one down. Is he saying that that's what other people are saying, or is he
You
saying
better
that's
put on your goggles.
because
Is
I
that
can
what
read?
they're saying?
I don't know. I'm confused because I saw the word there and I saw that. So I'm like, what do you mean by that? Let's address
Inglewood. It's the way you're forming the sentence, dog. It's the way the sentence is formed. That's why we're asking the question, like, what are you talking about? Because that's why I said that I thought you were saying that we were not telling the truth.
because I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be disrespectful. I just want some clarity on what that means. Are you referencing that that's what people are saying, or are you referencing that's what you're saying that we're doing in relating to that and that name, that algorithm right
Yeah,
there?
we just, what I mean is, if you make a football statement that isn't true or reason pro Bama, your fans talk crazy to me. Okay, all I've done is talk football. Okay, gotcha. Okay,
I got
that's all you had to do. We know that
all right.
part.
I had to make some clear. You got to put
We know that part,
you got
bruh.
to put quotation marks in your statements right there because I was a little bit confused. But I understand exactly, and you're absolutely right. Some fans do talk crazy.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna try to deny that
yeah.
part.
We
You're
we ain't gonna argue with you on that one, bro, because
no,
you're absolutely right.
absolutely. And they do talk
You're
crazy because
correct.
they talk crazy
They
due to
talk
the
crazy.
truth hurts. When the truth hurts, you start to talk random stuff. And that's what I want not my chat. That's what I want the chat to understand. I'm not speaking every time I come up here or even the Discord. I'm not saying, oh, I want the team to lose every single game.
Mm-mm.
No, I'm not saying that. If they can win every single game that they play for the rest of my life, my God, I would be elated. But I'm also realistic on things. The things that we see on a daily basis on social media and on the field, you have to like understand this is not a dream. You are seeing this. So the feelings that you guys have at home when you're throwing things or you're cursing at people from your team playing not to the standard that you know they should be playing, that's what we're talking about. That's all we're saying. Okay.
Yeah, but we got you. But we understand Inglewood. Now I will say this. Now let me take up for my cats in the chat. They're passionate, and when they feel like you're coming at them sideways, they gonna get you. I mean, that's just the way that go. As long as you being respectful, it's gonna be some spirited dialogue. That's how it is, and that's how we do over here. Because one thing about it, I'm gonna say this over here. One of the things that I did say, and Governor has been with me from day one. I said that over here, we're gonna tell the truth. The truth. Bishop came along and said the truth makes you free, because that's what the Lord said. It makes you free. We don't say everything that's just favorable Bama all the time. We tell the truth because this is what we see. And if you go to the game sometime, especially last year, but Bishop gave me another way to look at something. Now that we are 74 days away, yesterday's gone. It's time to focus on today, what's in the future. And all we can do is go on what we hope. This is what we want to see. Are these things being corrected? Will these things happen? Now, me personally, I still believe in my time, just like everybody else does. But I also say every day, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. Now, I'm going to say, Inglewood, man, I hope I ain't attack you, dog.
Yeah.
Because I just saw something that you wrote, and I just wanted some clarity on it. But I did misread it, so I apologize about that part, big dog. But Inglewood, for yourself, no matter what chat you go into, if you're not a fan of whomever, and you say something, those kind of things gonna happen. That's why I don't visit them that much, because I'm gonna say something. Because especially when I come up in a Georgia chat, I'm gonna remind y'all that y'all 2-10 against the Tide in the last 12 tries. I'm gonna remind you. I'm gonna remind you that every time y'all played Alabama, the majority of the time, Georgia was picked to win, and what happened? Bama won.
But you ain't even got to say all that. That's too much of a flex. Bama people.
Oh, I'm gonna flex. I'm petty like that, Bishop. I mean, Governor, I'm petty like that. Cause you flexing on my team. Every time the 2 times Bama lost to Georgia, Georgia flexed like nobody's business, as if they own Bama. I had to remind them that.
Hey.
Oh yeah. By the way. There was one year, Governor, that we played them, and they were like this astronomical. They were supposed to have just blown us out.
Oh, I remember that year.
And Governor, I think they decided that particular year they were gonna pull them black jerseys out.
Oh, that year, the funeral.
Yeah, it was supposed to have been Bama's funeral.
Yeah, they didn't know they wrote that.
That's all I got to say.
But
we all know how that turned out.
But P, like I'm saying, you do know that you don't even got to say all that. You can go to a different channel, not say a word, and listen to the fans and watch the fans' comments on how they bashing their own team. All you have to say is Roll Tide, and then watch all the hate that went from their own team go straight to you. You ain't gotta flex. That's how you know how much your team is hated. But my mom always told me, if you see 2 people arguing in the street, how can you tell who's the fool?
You know what, Governor? I don't even join in the conversation. Honest to goodness, I don't. I really don't. But I'm gonna tell you what gets me in trouble. I got a new when I show up in certain chats and everything, and they just bashing Bama. I sit there and listen to them because by me being piano man or music and sports guy, whichever one shows up, I don't have to say a word. You know what I do now, Governor and Bishop? I put three little elephants down there
Yeah.
and I'm out.
And the anger, because you ain't gotta, that's how powerful we are. You ain't gotta say no word. You can put an emoji out there. You can put three letters, RTR. You you ain't gotta say rolled. You ain't even gotta type it out, roll tide. Just put RTR. And the hate that they just had on their entire team, their offense, their coaches, all that hate's going straight to y'all suck and y'all can't do this. We smashed y'all last year. And this and that. And you just put 2nd and 26. Like, you see, it's over.
Oh
No
gosh. Oh,
conversation.
Governor, please don't
That's
bring up
all.
2nd and 26. You listen, calling all cars. There are plenty of stroke victims. Calling all cars. When February 26th rolls around, Bishop, that's a happy day for Bama fans, and that's one sad day for Georgia fans. February
They gotta,
26th, when it rolls around. Because they
they
gonna
don't gotta.
throw, they gonna put the famous video up of Tua to Smitty.
Why? Why wait till February?
Yeah.
You know.
Keep
Why
that
wait till
same
February?
energy. See, yeah,
Doesn't
this
No,
is the
2nd and 26. Come on, Governor, work with me now. 2nd and 26 football season is over. It's February the 26th. When February the 26th rolls around, we
you in the
remind
natty.
no. See,
them because
I'm
it was 2nd and 26.
let you finish.
So the second month and the 26th day.
No, P. And I'm
No.
no, because here's gonna be my rebuttal. It's not just in February. This is an everyday occurrence. You know why? Because 2nd and 26 comes twice. When the short hand,
Ooh.
long hand is between the 20, the 5 and that one right there. See that 2nd and 26 is daily. You got 2nd and 26 in
Yeah,
the
we
AM.
got that
You
part.
got
But the
26 in
26th
the
of February,
PM.
the second month, that's a national holiday.
It don't matter. At 2:26 p.m. is not the same as 2:26 a.m., but it's still 2:26. What you gonna do?
Ooh-wee.
Your clocks at 2:25 just so you don't see 2:26? Come up.
Ooh-wee.
But we do that, Governor, every day. But February holiday, that's like a national holiday with us.
Oh, it's an everyday.
We remind them
I don't need
that
to
the
remind
truth
you.
set them free. No. The truth put them in jail that night.
I'm gonna just
Spank,
call you.
spank.
I'm gonna just call you at
I go
2:20.
back and look at that play, and that play wasn't even close.
I'm gonna call you at
Say that again, Bishop.
2:25.
Say that again, Governor.
I said I'm gonna call you at 2:25, and when you answer the phone and it hits 2:26, I'm just making sure that you're still alive. The hell you call me for? Because it's second and
Just make
26. So
I'm still here.
I'm gonna make sure that you still here with us. Because I know those two numbers. You don't play those numbers in the lottery because that's bad luck for you.
We still wait a minute. I hear you.
Come on,
You
man.
hear us?
But anyway, but Inglewood, I'm gonna put it to you like this, man. We just passionate over here, but we keep it real over here. We really do. We keep it real. We keep it real.
Yeah.
Hey, Bishop, pardon words. We got to go to Discord, man.
Yeah.
And plus, I got to go to
Hey,
Doc anyway.
William, I saw your friend. Let him know I'm praying for him. Tell him we got him. That's covered by the blood. Dunamis power blood has been shed in 7 different places for now to be at peace and go into that surgery. What I will say is that remember, there's always a chance. What I saw last night reminded me about the will of the United States of America. When you least doubt us, that's when we choose to rise up. There was a baseball team in the NCAA that was struggling through the regular season and part of the postseason. But as soon as they hit the World Series, that team came together, and yes, I'm gonna take this moment. They prayed and they started doing Bible study, and all of a sudden, their buy-in got to be that solidified, and they became a family and won the national title. They weren't even ranked, but once again, you ask why I say fire test, because that's how we get promoted. And if you want to be promoted and win national titles, then you got to be okay and acknowledge when we're missing the mark, let's make adjustments and attack. Because our national title ain't the same as theirs, but ours is go win in life. Make sure you understand where you're going to end up for eternity. Call that audible. Realize the book of life says you win if you choose who you serve this day. Leave no doubt. It's moment. And if you can't see the forest for the trees, there's too many signs that's saying it's time. And with that, hey, I love each and every one of you. But for right now, it's important to understand Jesus love you, I love you, and fire tests are real. It's just a matter of which side you want to end up on it. One love and salute, salute.
Go ahead, Governor.
Uh, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Gotcha.
Another day that I woke up, so that's a blessing. I'm always gonna start and lead with that because every day is not guaranteed. So I'm happy that I'm here. Um, the SEC has won another national championship. This will
Yep.
now be 7 years in a row for the baseball programs in the
Hmm.
SEC. I just want to know, is that NIL money from Oklahoma that just won last night going to the football program or the baseball program? But that's we could discuss Discord.
That's Discord.
That's um I'm gonna reference the Discord yesterday. We was talking about somebody brought it up. It was a good thing. They're talking about the football teams and Big Ten is tied with the SEC with 3 national championships. Are they going to start saying the same thing about baseball? Are they going to start to do things to make sure that the SEC don't win in baseball anymore? Because that's now 7 years in a row. It's things like that that I pay attention to, and I try to watch for because they're going to put a narrative out there to blind you for what their next move is going to be. I'm an Aquarius, okay, not a Capricorn. Dwight's a Capricorn, but love you. So is my twins, but they're Capricorns. Ugh. But that's another thing I'm going to be looking for because they're really trying to break down the SEC conference and football. Are they going to do it with baseball now? They try to start doing it with basketball, but they haven't done it on a consistent basis at a longevity time like South Carolina and Don Staley. UConn is still in that room. So that I would say that would be the next thing that I'm gonna look for to see if they start to change up the rules to see who starts winning the baseball. Matter of fact, even in softball, because didn't Texas just win?
Yeah, they've been back to back.
They won it back to back. Okay, now pay
Yeah.
attention to it. If they did it to football, they will do it to other sports too. So, other than that, I'll be in a Discord and I'm gonna talk my smack. I'm always be respectful to everybody in there. Just come have a good time, man. Say what's on the mind. Don't stay on mute. If you gotta just jump in and say hello, let me speak, then go ahead and just say that. Trust me. We'll stop and we'll listen. Other than that, love y'all and see whoever shows up.
All right. We appreciate. Hey, what's up, B Sharp? B Sharp, Inglewood Dog Man said that he was attacked Somebody got him. And you know, passionate fans are gonna do that. So, but he said that they don't do that over there on your show, and which is a cool thing. Here we go, right here. Here's the Discord. Here's the Discord right here, and that's a cool thing. But you can't compare shows, though. I mean, you know, and B Sharp is part of the reason that I'm here, Inglewood. So, but I run my show my way, and I just, you know, I ain't got to explain that to you, bro.
No. We don't got no HR forums over here. Now,
You know,
understand. Now, this
we
gumbo ain't for
it
everybody.
gets spicy. It's not for everybody. It gets
It
spicy over
ain't
here
for
sometimes.
everybody. But check
And
this
so, you
out.
know,
Hey, if you stay around and really get the content of the character, you would see the truth. But if you
yeah,
gonna run up in here just one day and you got into gumbo, it ain't our fault.
I mean, it is what it is. But we glad
It
you're
is
here.
what it is.
But you know, but that's just how we roll over here. And we're passionate. But some of us, our passion runs a little different. But I tell you what, uh, hey, we just take up over here. That's all. But hey, but we glad to see you. But if you come back, you know, everybody get to know you. But you know, just depends on how you come in. And like Bishop said about the book of life, and I said this in our Sunday school the other day at our church. It's going to depend on where you find yourself, on which side of the judgment you find yourself, which side of God's wrath you find yourself. And so, hey, just think about things before you do them, because there is a higher power. His name is the Lord. And one of these days, we're all going to see what the business is going to be here in just a little bit. But with that being said, hey, that's our show. Hey, just meet us in the Discord. And I just put it, there's the address right there. I didn't know that thing changes daily, man. That's too much. That's too much foolishness for me. They just need one. They need one passcode or whatever it is. Don't be changing it up every day. One size. Get on in there. But like Governor said, when you get in there, don't just come in there and hit the mute button. Hey, we see you. Say something. Say something.
Hey, salute to Breezy. Hey, Breezy and Lady Latoya and Matt Triple A, Double A. Hey, salute. They brought it yesterday. Straight carried the show. They were the show.
Yeah, so I want everybody to get in where they just get on in there and come on in there and let's have some fun, because all we're doing is talking football. It's opinion and opinion. It's right. It's neither right or wrong. It's just an opinion. And if you get in your feelings about your opinion not being accepted, then I think you're missing out on life, because that's what makes Gumbo different opinions. Okay. And so just come on in, man. And that's what we do. What's up, Bone? That man was just talking football. Now folks mad. Okay. But I don't think nobody's mad, you know, but anyway, but if they are, that's just them. You can't live people's life for them. You can't dictate their feelings. You can't control them. That's why we live life ourselves.
Okay.
So let them be.
Yeah, let them be. And you know, hear me out. This is Bishop. I'm from Oklahoma. I'm in a Bama chat. Do you think I know that when the gumbo gets stirred, there sometime I'm gonna be in the gumbo? I want that, because I need iron sharpens iron. I don't want to stay status quo. I want to grow. This is this here family causes people to grow because we love hard. And yes, tough love sometimes it comes across as stepping on your toes. Hey, but your family, if I step on your toes, your family, you should know where I'm coming from. But if you're just stopping in, it can seem a little harsh. But don't make a snap judgment off of one-time stay through. Get to know people before you come around, because understand, when gumbo is made, each element is already established by themselves. But when they come together, they come up and create something brand new that everybody loves. Remember that.
See, Bishop lied to y'all. He's from Jersey, okay? Don't let that fool you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is from Jersey, okay? He just embraced Oklahoma. He is from Jersey, okay? Piano Man's he's got a lot of history and all of the mom and dad they from up north, okay? He was raised in West Virginia. He just
Yeah.
lives in Mississippi, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, same here. Live in Oklahoma. You're right. You're right.
Don't
You put me there. You
okay.
called me right. You're right. You're right. Plainfield, New Jersey.
That
Yeah.
Jersey will come out real quick. That's like that West Virginia will come out real fast. It's nothing against you, Inglewood. It's basically, I guess, if the fans in here or certain fans, if you go to different podcasts, if they don't see you on a normal, they're gonna think that you're a troll. I think that's
Yeah.
kind of
That's the bottom. That's what I was trying to get at. That's it.
where it is. If you
Don't take it personal, man. Quit
can't,
taking stuff so personal. My
they're taking
goodness.
that, and I can
Taking
get
it
it
too
because
personal.
you're on a norm
What you
trying
gonna
to.
do when hey governor, what they gonna do when the season start? What you gonna do when the season start and your team ain't winning?
I'm trying to tell y'all this right now. I said it yesterday. If you come in this Discord during the season and you are in your feelings, this is not for you. I'm telling y'all this. I'm giving y'all fair warning. If you come in the Discord during the season and you get in your feelings, and 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna tell you exactly who is going to trip you over. It's not going to be the men, bro. It's not going to be the men that's going to get you in your feelings. It's going to be the women. I'm telling you this. Y'all haven't
We
heard from our. Yeah, y'all haven't heard from the women and the ladies. They've been real quiet. Only person that y'all probably think is going to be a spokesman is Lady Latoya, and I love Lady Latoya because she's going to speak her mind regardless. But there's other women that y'all haven't heard yet that's going to speak their mind too. That you don't think knows football. Trust me, they know
they know it.
football, and they're gonna get in your feelings, and we're gonna be right there as big brothers. Don't get disrespectful. Y'all don't get disrespectful. We're gonna try to be the media. But if you're gonna be in your feelings, fans or not,
Yeah.
do not come in here during the season. Because what you're hearing now on this podcast is not what you're gonna hear in that Discord during the season. Somebody might get cursed out because there's going to be a lot of emotions and a lot of reasoning and a lot of discomfort. But at the end of the day, what we do at the end of that time of all that dysfunction, we say good night, we say I love you, and we say we'll still talk to you till tomorrow. That's exactly how we end it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go there just to be mute, trust me, you're gonna get knocked out, or I'm gonna call you out. Look, bro, is either you come in here to speak and join this gathering over here, or you're gonna get out of the room. Because everybody in this Discord, I want to hear y'all. I want to hear y'all speaking. A lot of
Yeah.
great relationships has come from this Discord. I'm telling y'all this. So please don't get in y'all feelings. Speak your mind.
Please
It
don't.
might be something for us to speak about. For real.
Like last week when I had Legend on, dog don't be sharp. Win. Come on, stop all this.
Mm.
Anyway, B Sharp went in, and guess what? I loved every second of it. 'Cause I wasn't digging what Legend was saying either. That was his opinion. But B Sharp gave me his right back. I loved every second. I loved every second of it. And guess what? Everybody at the end of the day, that was just their opinion. But B Sharp spoke his mind. And that's what was what. And I loved every second. And B Sharp, I'm probably gonna need you Sunday night, bro, because we got something coming Sunday night. Because I want to remind everybody, we're gonna have a special, we're gonna have a special show Sunday night. We're gonna have Legends Night, and just come on Sunday night and 6 o'clock, and you'll see who's coming. Right.
I,
But
I love
anyway, but that's our show for today. Hey, meet us in the Discord. I'm already there. I'm already get my roll tide. Come on in. And if we get in there, now if you go into the 50-yard line, that's just chatting. But there's a part in there that just says, let's talk. That's what Governor's talking about. Come on in there and get and hey, we were on there 6 hours yesterday, Gov.
Well, I loved it yesterday. Because I had to jump off to go to work. I loved it. I loved the conversation about the contracts that the guy was talking about. I can't remember his name, but we had a great conversation. The women were in
Yeah.
there, the men were there. I loved it. That's what I love. I love to interact with other people and getting their opinions on. If they could call us out, we can call them out. But when you speak to other people from different race, different backgrounds, different ideas, it gives you dialect. It gives you an opinion, or it gives you reasoning on where they're coming from. I love to hear that. But don't be mute. Don't be coming to the barbecue just to sit in the damn corner. Yeah, all right. Not during the season. I'm telling you, we're gonna knock you behind out. We'll open up a different chat real fast.
I'm letting everybody know now. Starting around August, that Discord is going to be something totally different than what you see on June 23. I'm saying now. I'm just saying, and so, but and don't come in your feelings. Don't get in your feelings, because we're just family and we love it. And I'm telling you now, I'm not doing any lives during the games, Governor.
14 minutes, 35 seconds, jump on the live. What the hell's wrong with you, boy? This LSU playing right now. What the hell's wrong with you? And don't be bringing
I'm not doing any lives during the games. I am not, Governor. No, sir. I am not. Especially during LSU week. I am not. I will not. I will not be looking for my mods. I will not be doing any.
Where my mods at? I don't know. We're watching the game.
I don't know. I'm not going to be looking for my mods doing any game. So don't ask me to do a live during a game. If we're going to be in Discord talking about a game, we're going to be talking about that game and that game only in that one spot. I'm not going to come on here at all. We're gonna be syncing up the post shows, this, that, and the third. I'm keeping my same skill. I'm doing the pre games and everything. B Sharp and between B Sharp and KB, they'll do the post game, and then I might do something later on. But that's the schedule. I'm doing pregame, and because that's what I love. I love pregame. So anyway, that's our show for today. We got to go. Meet us in the Discord. Hey, just remember, stay focused, drive, and go forward in the name of the Lord. You can do all things through Christ that gives you strength. I promise you can. But trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not into your own understanding. All your ways acknowledge it. He'll direct your path. I promise you will. Once he shows you the plan, you're gonna understand your purpose. You're gonna understand it. You're gonna like what you see. But seek him while he's here. Call on him while he's near. Seek him while he may be found. Again, Piano Man don't know everything. I just know what I'm talking about. Hey, shout out to my big brother, B Sharp. Big part of the reason that I am here. Big reason that I am here. Thank you, B Sharp. And I don't forget listen, Governor, I don't forget the bridges that brought me over. And B Sharp was one of them. B Sharp and Coach Sean was one of them. And I appreciate that. Along with the 401k crew, the Gumbo Chefs, and especially the crew of No Mercy, along with Stephen Hicks and OG Gill. Just remember this. It's cool to be a fan. Just be realistic. Don't get in your feelings. Be realistic in your fandom. All right, everybody, have a great day. We'll see you in the Discord. And the kitchen is closed for the rest of the day. The Gumbo Chefs are all in the Discord, stirring up a snack. You're welcome to come. There's the Discord address, or the address. I call it the address. Come on over. Make it happen. And again, thanks to everybody for coming. And on behalf of Stephen Hicks and the voices of No Mercy and all of the crews that represent the Long Run Nation, we wish you nothing but the absolute worst. Have a great day, everybody. See you in the Discord, and roll tide.